friends, ERIKATESLA here. If you are new, thank you so much for deciding to click on this video, and if you are returning, it's so good to have you back. Today I'm just going to be doing a palette roundup of the palettes that I used in October. I thought about doing a ranking, but it was really hard to do because the month went by so quickly, so I really didn't have the chance to use these palettes quite as often as I would have liked to give you guys a more comprehensive overview of necessarily what's the best and what's the worst. And frankly, I feel like for the most part, everything I used is really excellent. And the other thing is I have really come to a place where I am trying to do less purchasing of every single launch. I feel like that's a direction a lot of people in the beauty space are going. So it's a little bit less. I don't have 20 palettes that I use this month, but I feel like I have a pretty good number of palettes. So we're going to be talking about things that I purchased and received in PR. So I'll be sure to let you know which is which, but let's go ahead and get into the video and just share with you the palettes that I got through in October. So first off, we're going to start with some Viseart palettes, guys. Viseart is and remains one of my favorite brands just because the quality is so incredible and they have been so generous with me. So they sent me two palettes. I received their Editorial Brights palette and their Dark Mattes palette. I do believe I have a video talking about this, so I'm not going to spend too much time on these, but I did use these a bit in October. In particular, I have a look that I think I posted with this combination of the two palettes, and it's coming back to me now. I posted a tutorial featuring these two palettes working in tandem with each other. I really wanted to get into the shade Yellow. It is literally called Yellow, and I worked it in with a couple of the mattes from the Dark Mattes palette, and I got this really pretty sunsetty, sunflowery type golden look that I really enjoy. I'll try to pop that up for you if I have it. If not, I will link the content in my description box for you guys. But per usual, the quality of the Viseart mattes remains undefeated. It is such a true artist brand. The pans are magnetic, so you can switch these out, you can curate. It's something I'm quite a big fan of doing, and so I'm really grateful to Viseart for sharing these with me, and I look forward to creating some more looks with these and pulling them into other looks. So the next palette that I have for you guys is the Nomad Pacific Northwest palette. This one I actually have used 3 times. So I feel like this one I can confidently say is just an incredibly beautiful palette. The quality is really good. I love the color story, and if you did not know, I was born in Seattle, so I grew up, I spent a good part of my childhood in the Pacific Northwest. So for me, this color story is really spot on. It evokes for me a lot of memories of growing up in that area, and I love how you can go a little drama with this but also do something really ethereal. So one of my last looks I did with this palette was a little bit more on the ethereal side. I felt kind of like a little misty forest fairy. It was just such a pretty look, and the artwork on here, this is pretty. This brings me back to, I spent a lot of time outside as a little girl in the woods of Washington State. So such a pretty palette. Really grateful to Nomad for sharing this one with me. And we're kind of on a streak with the indie brands, so I'm gonna go ahead and get into the Singe Beauty palette. This one, I recently posted some content with this one. This is a really beautiful 70s inspired color story. Angelica Nickfist is the owner of the brand, and she definitely put her personality into this palette. And I've met Angie before. She is a force to be reckoned with. She puts a lot of passion into her products, and this is no exception. And I think this one goes nicely with her previous release, the Agate Temptation, but this one is again a little bit more neutral. So it's still rich. It's a little muted from her previous release, but still really rich colors, beautifully pigmented. I did not have any issues with pigment, long wearing, long lasting, and the shimmers are absolutely gorgeous. So one of the palettes that I really think I'll be reaching for a lot, because you could definitely use this one for every day. Next up, we have the we're kind of getting into like the more like mainstreamy brands, guys. So I'm gonna talk to you a little bit about this Makeup by Mario palette. This one is the Ethereal Eyes Nature palette. This is one that I think I recommended in Sephora recommendations, but this is the perfect everyday, like neutrally type of palette. I did hear people say, oh, well, the shimmers aren't as, you know, but everybody's not looking for that. So if you're not looking for that and you want something that is sophisticated and chic, this is a really good option. Now, if you need more shimmer, more sparkle, then this might not be the option for you. And we're going to talk about some things that would maybe more fit that bill. But this is such a user-friendly palette. I really feel like it's important to remember that everyone's makeup skills and comfort vary vastly. And so what may work for me may not work for someone else. I'm somebody, I like to try a little bit of everything. I really like this palette for every day. This is one that I just don't have to think about how my look is going to turn out, because I can literally go in with 1 or 2 colors, put on some mascara, and like feel like I have a finished look. So I really did and do enjoy this one, and I'm happy that I picked it up. So I've got a couple more for you guys. We're gonna go ahead and talk about if I were ranking, which I'm not technically. These would be the top 2. These would be the top 2. So we have the Pat McGrath Mega palette, and she's a mini mega. I have a whole video on her. I have a whole video on this palette. So I'm not gonna spend a ton of time because I did swatches. I did a demo for you guys. But I will say I wanna do some more looks. I did that video and I talked about the palette, but I think there's more that I could do with this, but it is a beautiful palette. It is on the pricier side at $72. It's smaller than the previous launches. However, it is a beautiful palette. And I've heard feedback from some people that they actually prefer that her holiday palette came out in this size and format because it's a little bit easier to move around with and it's more compact. So really, as with anything, makeup is highly personal. So if you like this one, I would say it's been one of my favorites. I love these colors, and I've always been a really big fan of Pat's formulas. And then my last palette, guys, she gets the crown. She gets the crown. And I know you're not surprised. You're not going to be surprised, but we have Lightwork 7. We have Lightwork 7 here. This for me has been a revelation. I've been so enamored of this palette. It is the best one that I think Danessa has done up to this point. And I know she's not finished yet. I know she has more in store for the future, but the combination of mattes, shimmers, multi-chromes, duochromes, the ability to mix and match, to reformat it, to kind of come up with your own color stories, use it alongside Lightwork 6 in that format as well, to me makes it one of the most versatile palettes that I have seen as far as the usefulness of it and the ability to compact this. So I have to say, if I were ranking, this would be the #1 palette that I used in October. And I didn't even have it that long, but I already managed to use this like 3-4 times. This is what I have on today. And I didn't do anything complicated. I literally went in with one shade, this one shade here, and I have everything kind of mixed up, so I can't remember, but in this purple 6 pan, I used this shade all over the lid because I wanted something just like really easy, and it just looks really soft and angelic, and I love how it looks. And I could pull in other things, but I really wanted a one and done look, and I'm really happy with how it came out. So with that being said, guys, those were the palettes that I used in October. I am going to do my best to use these a little bit more. I know that is like me on repeat, right? Like we're all striving to be better people. Or at least I would hope so. But yeah, I definitely see myself like pulling in these palettes a lot more. There's so much more coming out too, guys. So I'm being selective. I'm really doing well. Like, believe it or not, there was a time when every week there was a launch, like I was like, I wanted to have it, or I was hoping I was getting it in PR. But I think that this is like just has been really fun, especially like I haven't used my makeup every single day. So I feel like I did good. I will say a content creator barrier that I've experienced, and this may not be true for everyone, but I think what happens to a lot of content creators is you feel pressure to keep your look to a brand. I really want to get out of that habit because I just want to dig into the makeup. A lot of you that are watching my channel probably have a lot of these products, so I want to really incorporate them in interesting ways. I want to just use what I have. I've been really proud of myself because I've been pulling in like a lot of stuff that I already have and like digging into stuff and moving stuff out of my collection that is not really serving me any longer. longer. So I really want to get into that. But with that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I would love to hear from you if there were any palettes that I shared with you here that you have in your collection or that you would like to have. I really appreciate it. I did have someone give me some suggestions on looks they would like to see with the Danessa Myricks palette. So I'm going to be doing some more looks in my short form content, most likely with this palette. That kind of feedback is so helpful for me to know where to focus on what to share with you guys. I really do appreciate it. So definitely leave me a comment down below. Make sure to like this video if you haven't yet already. And please consider subscribing to my channel if you have not yet. I would love to have you be a part of my makeup community. As I like to say, we keep it chill over here. And with that being said, as always, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to hang out with me. I appreciate you so much. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.